So if you're a young man and you have friends or you have colleagues at university, school, college, or whatever, but you still want to build a business outside of studying and you have greater goals than everybody, you should never compare yourself with your friends or colleagues, because who you will compare with is who you aim to become. And if you don't want to be like your friends, or if your friends don't have like greater goals than an average person, you shouldn't compare yourself with them. So this happened to me 1 year ago. I'm 17 and I still go to school. And 1 year ago, like, I wasn't making any money from my agency. Like, I made like a few $100 before the beginning of the story that I'm telling you. But I had like a few months when I didn't make any money. And in February 2025, I got my first payment from a client. I have a marketing agency, and I was telling myself, like, I remember a few months ago, I was thinking about, if only I made some money, I would be greater than all my colleagues. And when I was thinking about this, I was in class and I was looking at all of them. And I was so motivated to work and finally get a client and make some money. And I remember we had a few days off from school, like actually a week. We had a week off from school. And in that week, I was working so hard to to do outreach for my marketing agency and to just to get a client. And I actually did it, and I got a client for like $60. But those first money like were insane to me at the time. And also after that, like, I started to get more clients and make more money. But um after like 10 days from that initial payment, I was working on this client, and then I signed another client which was a little bit bigger, and I was making like not a lot of money, but I was making some money. And I remember being in class and looking at my colleagues and finally thinking like, yes, I did it. Like, I'm actually better than all my colleagues. And when you do these things and you feel a lot better than everybody else, you start to feel good about it. And because you feel good about it, you stop working so hard. And when you stop working, like, you don't get more clients, you don't make more money, and it's like a self-fulfilling cycle. And like, I remember it just hit me like after a few weeks or after a month, that like, and I was thinking like, what am I doing here? Because I'm comparing myself to people that don't even have the same goals as I have. And after this, I started to work a lot more harder. I signed a lot more clients, and everything was a lot better. But what I'm trying to say here is, don't compare yourself with these people that like don't have insane goals as you do, if you do. But if you're watching this video, you probably do, because you'll get in these situations where you'll be better than the people around you, and you'll feel better about it, and you will stop making progress. And if you just want to be a little bit better than an average person, like, okay, do it, but don't expect to be like this insane person if you compare yourself with average people. But there's a caveat to this. If you have like friends that are also entrepreneurs and are making like a lot of money with a business, you can compare yourself with them. But I wouldn't suggest that you compare yourself with your average person. But if you like don't have any friends that are successful, just look at some entrepreneurs online. Like, we probably know a lot of young men that are very successful, and compare yourself with them if you want to compare yourself with someone. So keep this in mind, and don't forget to never compare yourself with average people that have average goals, because I'll say it again, who you compare with is who you aim to become. And if you don't want to be like everyone else, stop comparing yourself with people around you.